everyone, it is alenajingle, and today I am back with video 4 in the series I'm doing. This series is less popular alternatives to the top 100 girl names of 2014, and in the description box below I have a link to the playlist of the boys videos I did of less popular alternatives to the boy names, and I decided to go ahead and put together a playlist of the girls videos too, so that is linked below. So if you haven't seen the previous 3 videos, you should probably go see those as well. In today's video I'm going to hopefully be talking about names 85 through 81, and at 85 in 2014 was the name Brianna. Brianna is a feminine form of Brian, which means high hill. This name can also be spelled with one N, and that is pronounced Briana. I have a very close and precious friend with that name. The General Hospital actress Brianna Brown has this spelling, and Trace Adkins has a daughter named Brianna. I really love all the nickname options for this, like Anna, Annie, Ann, and Bree, and even Bria. That's kind of a more modern nickname option for this. So I think that this name is probably still holding on to some popularity because tons of Brians are becoming parents or grandparents, and of course this is a very easy way to honor a Brian. However, this name is definitely dated. This name first entered the top 1,000 girl names in 1976 and has been in the top 100 girl names since 1988. My first alternative I have is Bryony. This is one of my favorite girl names. This is an English name and it's a type of climbing vine. This name can also be spelled B-R-Y-O-N-Y. Of course, someone who likes Brianna might like the B-R-I spelling a little bit better. I definitely associate this with the book and film Atonement, and in that film, Bryony is played by my favorite actress, Saoirse Ronan. This is extremely rare in the US, but it is used much more in the UK, and I think this name is just absolutely darling, and I think that someone who likes Brianna might like Bryony because they have a similar look, and then of course Bryony could honor a Brian. My next Brianna alternative I have is Adriana. This is a feminine form of Adrian, which means from Hadria or from the Adriatic Sea. Once again, like Brianna, this name can be spelled with one N, and then that is pronounced Adriana. There is a reality show TV host named Adriana Costa, and Adriana Tate Duncan is the name of one of the characters from the new 90210, and she is played by the gorgeous actress Jessica Lowndes. There's an English singer slash performer, a young one, who has been on stage, and her name is Adriana Bertola. And this name first entered the top 1,000 girl names in 1977 and is currently ranked at 252, so it is being used right now. I think it is an absolutely gorgeous name, and I think that someone who likes Brianna might like Adriana because they have that similar ending sound, and they are both feminine forms of male names. And my last Brianna alternative I have is Britannia. Britannia is the Latin word for Britain, and Britain comes from a word that means shape or form. There is an X-Men character in the comics named Britannia, but otherwise it's very rare, and I think this could also be an updated version of the name Brittany. I think this name is absolutely gorgeous. There are tons of nickname options for it. It is incredible and totally needs to be discovered, and I think that someone who likes Brianna might like Britannia for the similar look and sound. At number 84 in the year 2014 was the name Lydia. This is a Latin name referring to a woman from Lydia, and Lydia comes from a word that means almond tree. Lydia is a biblical name. The biblical association is absolutely wonderful. There is a UK actress named Lydia Wilson, and there is an indie rock band that I really enjoy that's just called Lydia. There's also a levity singer named Lydia Canaan, and an actress slash model named Lydia Hurst. I think a lot of people associate this name with Lydia Bennett, who is the younger sister of the lead character from Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. Also, Winona Ryder played a Lydia in the movie Beetlejuice. I think this name is absolutely stunning. It's one of those names that I'm really glad it's being used so much. It's also one of those names I think people don't realize is as popular as it is. This name has always been in the top 400 girl names in the US and has been in the top 100 girl names since 2011. My first Lydia alternative I have is Lydia. This is a Latin name that comes from the Greek name Elidi, which is spelled exactly like this name, just without the ending A. This is a very rare name, but is definitely used more among Spanish speakers, and I think that someone who likes Lydia might like Lydia for that very similar sound. My next Lydia alternative I have is Ludmila. This is a Russian and Bulgarian name that means gracious people. There is a Russian author named Ludmila Ulitskaya, and there are tons of Russian Olympic athletes with this name, but it is extremely rare outside of Russia and definitely rare in the US. I think this name is so beautiful and very exotic, and Mila is also quite popular right now, and so it would be a very good Mila alternative as well. And I think that someone who likes Lydia might like Ludmila because of that very similar look and sound. And my last Lydia alternative I have is India. Oh, I love this name so much. India is a Sanskrit name that means river. India is the world's third most populous country. There is a gorgeous actress named India Isley, and her mom is actress Olivia Hussey, who played the very famous role of Juliet from Romeo and Juliet. There's an actress named India de Beaufort. There are actually just tons of actresses with this name, and a singer named India Ari, of course. I really associate this with the book and film Gone with the Wind, which is one of my favorite books, because there is a character in that named India Wilkes. It is Ashley's sister. And this name has been in the top 1,000 girl names sporadically throughout the years they've been keeping track of the top 1,000 girl names, and it just left in 2013. But I think this name is absolutely gorgeous and I adore it. And number 83 in the year 2014 was the name Katherine with this spelling. This is an English name that means pure. It comes from the Greek katharos. There are lots and lots of spellings of this name. Some of them are creative spellings, but this name has origins in many languages. So there are many legitimate spellings of Katherine. I think a lot of people associate this spelling with actress Katherine Heigl. I associate it also with actress Catherine Kat McNamara, who plays Clary in the Mortal Instruments TV show. Author John Green has a book that's called An Abundance of Catherines, and the lead from Shakespeare's play Taming of the Shrew is named Catherine. Actor Martin Short and actor Tim Allen both have daughters named Catherine with this spelling, and one of the pluses of Catherine with any of the spellings is that there are tons of nickname options. In fact, I had a crush on Catherine with the C spelling a few years ago, and I considered using Erin, E-R-I-N, as an occasional nickname for it. This has never been ranked any lower than 105 in the US, and it's almost always been the top 100 girl names in the US. The first alternative I have for Catherine is Katrin. This is the German, Swedish, and Estonian form of Catherine, which means pure again. I was in the play as a freshman in high school that is called I Remember Mama, and the lead character's name from that is Katrin. That's where I first heard it. I think this name is just dainty and super sweet. There's also a German actress named Katrin Sass, but it's extremely uncommon over here in the US. And I think that someone likes Katherine might like Katrin for the very similar looks and sound. They have the same meaning and same nickname options, and of course, Katrin could honor a Catherine. My next two Katherine alternatives I have are going to be potentially controversial because I think a lot of people will think of these as dated or not ready for a comeback. My personal opinion is that they're ready to come back and would be very fresh and sweet and unexpected on a baby in 2016. So my next Katherine alternative I have is Kathleen. This is an English anglicized form of the name we pronounce as Caitlin, C-A-I-T-L-I-N. However, in Ireland, they would pronounce it as Kathleen, of course, which again means pure. A lot of people will associate this with the veteran actress Kathleen Turner. And there's an actress named Kathleen Robertson from the original 90210 show. The singer Marty McGuire from the Dixie Chicks has a daughter named Kathleen, and this name has always been in the top 1,000 girl names in the US, was in the top 100 girl names from 1918 through 1990, and is currently ranked at 674. I think this name is absolutely darling, and I would love to see a little baby named Kathleen. Do you guys think Kathleen's ready to come back? Let me know in the comments below. I think that someone who likes Katherine would like Kathleen because of the similar sound. They have similar nickname options. They have the same meaning, and then Kathleen can honor a Catherine. And my last Katherine alternative I have is Karen. Karen is a Danish diminutive of Catherine, which means pure. I really associate this with the comedic character Karen Smith from the movie Mean Girls. There is an actress named Karen Gillan from Guardians of the Galaxy, an actress named Karen Allen who played the mom in The Sandlot, which is my all-time favorite movie. Karen Carpenter was the lead singer of The Carpenters, and there is a novelist who writes Christian novels called Karen Kingsbury. Rashida Jones plays a character named Karen in The Office. And I first started really liking this name after watching the insanely gorgeous and perfect actress Lily Collins in the movie Abduction. This first entered the top 1,000 girl names in 1906. It was in the top 100 girl names from 1938 through 1985 and is currently ranked at 492 and is going down in popularity. I would love to see a little baby named Karen in 2016, and once again, I do think this name is ready for a comeback. Let me know what you guys think about this name in the comments below. I think that someone who likes Catherine might like Karen because they have a similar look, they have the same meaning, and Karen can honor a Catherine. And number 82 in the year 2014 was the name Eva or Eva. This is a Latin form of the name Eve, which means to live. This is the form for many European countries of the name Eve. Over there, it would almost exclusively be pronounced Eva or Ava. In the US, it's pronounced as Eva a lot. I'm not sure why. I definitely prefer that original Eva pronunciation. There are tons of celebrities with this name, like actresses Eva Mendes, Eva Longoria, Eva Green, and Eva Marie Martino, who is the daughter of Susan Sarandon. I loved this name actually a long time before it started getting popular, about 15 years ago, and then my niece was named Ava, spelled A-V-A, so then it became unusable for me. But I still think this is a lovely name, and I think part of the reason why it's so popular, besides the fact that Ava, spelled A-V-A, is popular, is because there is a huge Spanish-speaking population in the US who would be using this name. This was in the top 100 girl names through 1932 and just re-entered the top 100 girl names in 2009 and has always been within the top 400 girl names in the US. My first Eva alternative I have is Eve. This is an English form of the Hebrew name Hava, which means to live. Eve is very famously known as the first woman in the Bible, and this name is definitely associated with the rapper who goes by just Eve. Eve Hewson is the daughter of singer Bono, and she is an actress and she's absolutely gorgeous. And Eve Plum is the name of the actress who played Jan Brady from the Brady Bunch. I also associate this name with the movie WALL-E. There's a character named Eve in that. I adore that movie so much. Actor Clive Owen and actress Jessica Capshaw both have daughters named Eve. And I think a huge draw in 2016 to the name Eve would be the nickname Evie, which I see brought up all the time. This was in the top 1,000 girl names most years and is currently ranked at 460 and going up in popularity. I think that's someone who likes Eva might like Eve because it has a similar look and sound and it has the same meaning. My next Eva alternative I have is Eva. This is a feminine form of the male name Eve, spelled I-V-E-S, which means you, spelled Y-E-W. This can also be a diminutive of the name Ivana, which is a feminine form of John, which means God's grace. There is a character from the soap opera As the World Turns named Eva Snyder, and Eva Troyer is the name of one of the people in the reality show Breaking Amish LA. Never heard of that one before. Eva is also a plant name, and I've never met someone with this name. I think it is absolutely darling. This was in the top 1,000 girl names through 1961, but has not been since then, and I think that someone who likes Eva might like Eva because they can be pronounced the same way, and they're only one letter apart in spelling. And my last Eva alternative I have is Nova. This is a Latin name meaning new, and in the English language it means a cataclysmic explosion of a white dwarf star. Really cool association there. I definitely think of the beautiful island Nova Scotia in Canada, and there is a character from Planet of the Apes named Nova. Actress Lake Bell named her daughter Nova, and this name is growing very quickly in popularity. I have a close friend with a daughter named Nova, and I'm really excited to see this name being used because I think it is absolutely fabulous and beautiful and perfect. This was in the top 1,000 girl names through 1938 and just re-entered in 2011 all the way up at 888 and is now at 287. It is going up very quickly in popularity. So if you are concerned about popularity, I would definitely use it now before it gets crazy popular. I think that someone likes Eva might like Nova because they're both two-syllable names that end in V-A. And my last name for this video at number 81 is the name Faith. This is an English name that means belief based not on proof or confidence in someone. Very good meanings. There is an actress named Faith Ford who was from the show Hope and Faith. And of course, everyone surely associates this with the gorgeous, wonderful singer Faith Hill. I really love that association. Actress Eliza Dushku played a Faith in the show Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And actress Nicole Kidman and her husband Keith Urban, the singer, have a daughter named Faith. This has always been in the top 1,000 girl names in the US and has been in the top 100 girl names since 1999. I do see this name as a middle all the time as well. My first alternative I have for Faith is Truth. This is an English name that means verity, of course. I have a precious friend who has a really precious daughter whose middle name is Truth. That's where I first heard this as a name. You might also associate this with Sojourner Truth. Wonderful association. I think this name would be extremely accessible because it is very similar to Ruth. There's an R&B singer who goes by Truth Hurts as their stage name, so they go by Truth as a first name. And Dr. Dre actually has a son named Truth, so this could be used for boys as well. I think that someone who likes Faith might like Truth because they're both one-syllable virtue names that end in TH. My next Faith alternative I have is Faye. This is an English name that means fairy, really cute meaning. This name can be spelled several ways. The more popular spelling is F-A-Y-E. I personally prefer the spelling on the screen because that is the original spelling of this name. There's an English actress with this spelling named Faye Masterson, and this is too associated with Morgana Le Fay, the sorceress from Arthurian legend. A lot of people will associate this name with Faye Dunaway, however she had the F-A-Y-E spelling. This was in the top 1,000 girl names through 1992, but not since then, and I think this name name is super, super darling. I do see this as a middle name all the time, so it would be definitely fresher as a first name in 2016. And I think someone who likes Faith might like Faye for that similar sound. And my last Faye alternative I have is Fidelia. This is a Spanish feminine form of the name Fidel, which means faithful, wonderful meaning. This name can actually be pronounced Fidelia as well, and with that pronunciation, it would be a great Amelia alternative. There is a character in Edmund Spenser's Fairy Queen with this name. There are actually tons of characters with wonderful names in that. And this is the type of plant and a type of bee as well. I first heard this name in an episode of Law and Order, believe it or not. I had never heard it before then. It was about 6 or 7 years ago, and I immediately fell in love with it. And I actually used it in a short story I wrote a long time ago as well. I think that someone who likes Faith might like Fidelia because they're both F names that have a similar meaning. That's it for this video. Please tell me what your favorites of the alternatives I listed were in the comments below, and any other alternatives for these names that you love, and have a great day. Thanks for watching.